Hey guys!
Hi!
Kim is joining me today, and today we're going to go over 8 useful Japanese phrases that you can use when you're here traveling in Japan. In general, I feel like you can get by with only English, but when you're visiting another country, I think it's very polite and it will help you if you do take the time to learn just a few basic phrases. So we're going to teach you 8 on my channel here today, and then if you want to head over to Kim's channel, she has a video with 8 other useful phrases over there.
Just a quick note before we get started with the phrases. I didn't go into any detail about particles like wa, ni, or o, just because I find them pretty difficult to explain and they're not really needed when you're traveling through Japan and you just need simple phrases to get yourself through your trip. So I didn't bother explaining them to you guys. I may do that in another video, but again, they're not necessary, so I left them completely out of some of the phrases just to keep them as simple as possible, and without them the phrases make complete sense even though they're not 100% grammatically correct. So yeah, don't worry too much about particles. Everyone will understand what you're saying without them.
Number 1 would be sumimasen. If you're on the street and you want to talk to someone, you need their help with something, you want to just be like, sumimasen.
It's like, excuse me in English, so it's just a polite way to stop someone on the street.
I wouldn't tap them on the shoulder. I feel like in Japanese you can kind of maybe just go in front of them a bit and be like, sumimasen, and kind of like bow when you're doing it. And that's a polite way to get someone's attention. So, sumimasen. Sumimasen.
Sumimasen. Number 2 is doko desu ka, which means where is something. So you can say restaurant wa doko desu ka, which is like where's the restaurant?
Where's the restaurant?
Yeah, or anything like.
Let's teach some important ones like eki.
Eki wa doko desu ka?
Station. So if you want to ask where the train station is, eki wa doko desu ka?
Or toilet.
Toilet, that's an important one. Toilet.
Toilet wa doko desu ka?
Oh, one other thing that I think you guys should know is kouban, which is police box, and it's like a small little police station that nearly every town has one. So if you have any sort of problem and you want to find the police and ask for their help, you can say kouban wa doko desu ka? Kouban wa doko desu ka? And the police in Japan are really friendly.
They're really friendly.
They're not intimidating and scary like they are in Canada and probably America. They're really friendly, and even if you just want to ask for directions to somewhere, don't be afraid to talk to the police here. They're really great. Okay, I'm sure most of you know this one, but number 3 is arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you. I just think it's nice for you to like use a little bit of Japanese, and even if you only remember one phrase, I feel like arigatou gozaimasu is the best one because you can use it everywhere.
And Japanese people appreciate it when you just try to speak Japanese.
Like of course they will understand thank you if you say thank you. Everyone has a very basic level of English here at least, but if you try to use their language and say it in Japanese, arigatou gozaimasu, I think they'll be really happy that you're putting in the effort. Sorry, I'm talking Japanese really fast. It's like natural for me, but arigatou gozaimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. That's a really polite way to say it, and you can shorten it to just like arigatou. Arigatou. But if you want to be polite, you should add the gozaimasu on the end.
Number 4 is something ikitai desu. Ikitai desu means I want to go somewhere. So you add something at the front where you want to go, and then you add ikitai desu. So for example,
shopping mooru.
So for example, shopping mooru ni ikitai desu. So I want to go to the shopping mall, or restaurant ni ikitai desu. So I want to go to a restaurant, or eki ni ikitai desu. I want to go to the station. So it's very useful.
So if you're with like a Japanese friend and you want to tell them what you want to do today, you can use this phrase. If you go up to someone on the street and say, sumimasen, restoran ni ikitai desu, maybe they'll point you in the direction of a good restaurant or something. So it's a very useful phrase. Number 5 is arimasu ka. Arimasu ka, you're asking if something exists, an inanimate object. There's a different way to ask if an animate object exists, but I'm not going to get into that today. But if you want to ask, shopping moru arimasu ka? Is there a shopping mall? I think it's kind of like insinuated that you want one in this area. So you can just, if you go up to someone and say, shopping moru arimasu ka? They're going to point you in the direction of a shopping mall. Or if you're in a store, you could use it in a store.
So say if you want like a clothing item, or anything like you want, say for example,
T シャツ
yeah, T. Yeah, so say for example you want a T-shirt, you can say T シャツがありますか? So is there a T-shirt, and they'll show you if they have a T-shirt. Yeah.
Or at a restaurant, katsudon ありますか?
Yeah.
Do you have katsudon at this restaurant? So it can be used in so many different places, so it's a really useful one.
Yeah. So number 6, this one I've used a lot, and it is something nakushimashita, and that means I've lost something. And you can use this for different things, like say for example, pasupooto nakushimashita, or zaifu nakushimashita. So, you know, you lost your passport, you lost your wallet. So if you want to go to the police station and be like, sumimasen, zaifu nakushimashita. So sorry, I lost my wallet.
If you think you left it in a certain store or restaurant, you can just go there and be like, sumimasen, zaifu nakushimashita.
Yeah.
And maybe they'll be like, oh, we have one here, we found it.
Yeah.
So yeah, nakushimashita. It's very common to lose things when you're traveling.
Yeah.
Keys, passport, wallet. Key is kagi.
Yeah.
Passport, pasupooto.
Or your phone.
Phone, that's a good one. Keitai. Keitai is a cellular phone. I think those are the important ones.
Yeah, those are most of them.
Yeah.
Or kaban. Maybe?
Kaban, yeah, my bag.
Yeah.
Kaban, backpack or bag. They can all be called kaban.
Yeah.
Kaban nakushimashita. Number 7 is one that you can use when you're entering a store and you're not sure if you should take off your shoes or not. There are some restaurants or some change rooms or just some areas in stores where you may need to take off your shoes. So if you're unsure, you can ask, kutsu daijoubu desu ka? Kutsu is shoes, and daijoubu desu ka is asking, is it okay? So you're just asking really simply, are shoes okay? So if you ask them, kutsu daijoubu desu ka? And they're not okay, they'll probably be like, dame, or like, sumimasen, dame desu, or like, nuide kudasai, please take them off. You'll probably be able to tell by their gestures whether it's okay or not.
Yeah.
But if you're unsure in any situation, just ask. It's very polite to ask if you should be taking your shoes off or not. So don't be shy to use that.
So the last one is a bit long, so I'm going to break it up for you. The first part is Nihongo wakarimasen, and that means I don't understand Japanese. And then you can say Eigo dekimasu ka, which means can you speak English? So that's very useful if you can't speak Japanese and you want to tell someone and asking them if they can speak English.
Right, so you could just go up to people on the street if you really need someone that speaks English. Sumimasen, Nihongo wakarimasen. Eigo dekimasu ka?
Yeah.
Or even it could just be sumimasen.
Eigo
dekimasu ka?
Yeah, you can use that as well. There's been times when I was in Japan and there were times where I really had to use English for important things and I couldn't say it in Japanese, so I just say Eigo dekimasu ka? And then they will either reply yes or no. So usually if they can speak English, they'll say a little or something like that. Yeah.
And sometimes even when they're really good at English, they'll still just be like, a little.
Yeah.
And they're almost fluent.
Yeah.
They're very modest.
Yeah, very modest.
But there are many people who can speak a generous amount of English. So if you really need English, I think if you search well enough, you will be able to find somebody who can help you. So don't be afraid to try.
Yeah.
Alright, so those are 8 phrases that you can use while you're traveling in Japan. Hopefully those are things that can be helpful for you guys. And for 8 more super helpful phrases, go check out Kim's video right here and you can learn some more. Let me know down below if there are any other phrases you would like to know, and I will make some more videos similar to this if you enjoyed this. So thanks for watching and I'll see you guys later. Bye!
Bye!